This is Real Estate Radio with David McMillan. Call David now at 836-0590 or 877-590-KLBJ.
And at 12:06 here on a Saturday afternoon, thanks for being with us on News Radio 590 KLBJ. This is Real Estate Radio with David McMillan. David is away, but we are pleased to have in studio his special guest for today, who is Kenn Renner, a real estate broker with Keller Williams. He's been in the business for 25 years. Kenn, good to have you here on KLBJ today.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Kenn, one of the biggest headlines in the news this week, and it's the first time we've seen good news like this in a long time, new home sales are actually up.
Yeah, that's a national trend, too. That Associated Press article that came out on Tuesday in the American Statesman was a real pleasure to see for the first time on the front page. Housing market improves, and I haven't seen anything like that since 2006, and that's a shot in the arm for everybody that's in the real estate business and the mortgage business, because it's true, and actually we knew that the turnaround actually happened here in Austin a couple months ago. And so people that are in the trenches that are working really hard in real estate know that the market has definitely improved, and the builders are reporting improvements in the market. So we're excited about what's going to happen. We know Austin was one of the last to go into the, quote, real estate recession, and it's the first one really to come out of the market.
You mentioned that you saw some signs a couple months ago. What were some of the indicators here locally?
Well, we had multiple price offers on properties. There was, especially in the lower end, under $150,000. It's really a seller's market at this point. We've seen a lot less foreclosures and short sales out there than we've seen in the past, and so it's really the multiple offer situation was seeing that the first-time home buyers are getting off the fence, and that actually drives the rest of the market, because the homes that they're buying, those sellers are going to be purchasing in the $200, $250 price range, and that's how the whole cycle improves.
And you said the under $150,000 market is a seller's market. Expand on that if you would.
Yeah, part of it has to do with the $8,000 tax credit that's expiring towards the end of the year here, and it's also because the interest rates are so low. And people are finally realizing that when you have news like this, that the market is turning around, and that it is a great time to buy your first home. And so what we're seeing is that some of the mentality from the previous months, like in December and November, is that, it's a buyer's market. And so you get people making offers on properties that are well priced to begin with, and they're coming in low, 3, 5, 7. We're actually seeing bidding wars. I just had an offer accepted yesterday that was $5,000. We were the buyer on the buyer's side. We were at $5,000 over. There were 4 offers on this property. We fortunately got it because we were putting more down payment than anybody else. But we're actually seeing now above price offers on well-priced properties, and that's encouraging news.
This is Real Estate Radio with David McMillan on KLBJ. I'm Daniel Sanford, just helping to take your phone calls. Our special guest in studio today in David's absence is Kenn Renner, 836-0590 or toll free 877-590-KLBJ. I want to ask about a couple of things. That $8,000 tax credit, David has mentioned this on previous shows. We've seen the Cash for Clunkers program supposedly being pretty successful, to the extent that politicians are actually throwing more money. Now, you mentioned the $8,000 tax credit is likely to expire later this year. Do we know how successful the program has been so far, and is there any likelihood that if it's successful enough, it might be extended as well?
Yeah, we're definitely hoping that the $8,000 tax credit will be extended. There's actually expires on December 1st. You have to close on the newer resale home by December 1st. And it is a gift from the government. It's not to be repaid. It's an $8,000. Here's a check from the government, or it's actually a credit off of taxes that you may owe. And you can actually get that money back as soon as you close on your house. You can file an amended tax return for last year and actually get that $8,000 tax credit within 6 to 8 weeks, whatever it takes for a return to come in. So we've heard as little as 3 weeks of people getting their $8,000 check. So the news is that there's a lot of the Realtor Association is the largest trade association in the United States with over 1 million members. So the National Association of Realtors putting pressure on the politicians to say this is working, this is an economic force, it's working, and we would like to see that continue. In fact, I think it's Senator Dodd is pushing it where it's a $15,000 tax credit, and that they're trying to take away the fact that you'd have to be a first-time home buyer. Now, right now, none of that has taken effect, and it can change at last minute, just like it did on this bill back in February when it was signed into law. It changed at the last minute. So we can only go by what we have right now, which is that we've got $8,000 that are going to be given to you if you're qualify for a first-time home buyer, which only means that you have not owned a home in the last 3 years, and there's several other qualifications that you'd have. But it's very easy, really, and you have to close before December 1st, 2009. And that may change, but right now that's what we have to go with.